All right, y'all, this is James from the Free Project. And remember to subscribe, share, and like this video. I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, and I'm just going to go ahead and get right into this story here because this stuff has got to stop. This stuff has got to stop. It has gotten way out of hand. So as you can see the headline here, Charlize Theron. My child was a boy until she looked at me when she was 3 and said, I am a boy. When I saw this headline, I almost threw up. I literally almost threw up. I'm saying to myself, how in the world that you, being a grown woman, allowing your son, who is 3, says, I'm a girl, to determine the rest of his life? Let's get into this story here. This is on Breitbart. I saw this story and I'm telling you, I was just floored. Hollywood actress Charlize Theron revealed that she is raising her adopted 7-year-old boy as a girl. Oh my gosh. I thought she was a boy, Charlize Theron said, until she looked at me when she was 3 years old and said, I am not a boy. The Daily Mail reported that Charlize Theron said she does try to guide the children. That's a lie, because if you were guiding your children, you would have immediately right there, Charlize, said, no, you're not a girl. You are, you are a boy. Excuse me. So yeah, you are a boy. Whatever your name is, you are a boy. So that's how parents, that's how you guide your children. When your children pick up a knife that they found in the kitchen, you guide them. You take it out of their hands and say, no, 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 that's not safe. You know, all those, and you guide your children. But for some reason, these Hollywood elites find it okay, and this is like Angelina Jolie. Now they have a daughter that thinks she's a boy. No, they are doing a wild experiment on these kids. So she goes on to say, so there you go. I have 2 beautiful daughters who, just like any parent, I want to protect and I want to see thrive. They were born who they are and exactly where in the world both of them get to find themselves as they grow up and who they want to be. It's not for me to decide. My job as a parent is to celebrate them and to love them and to make sure they have everything they need in order to be what they want to be. This is some weird, new age, jacked up thinking right here. Theron's decision to allow her 3-year-old child to choose a life of risky medical treatment, social exclusion, and mental turmoil is likely to spur the growing debate over whether parents inappropriately nudge their gentle boys, tomboys, and gay or lesbian children towards transgenderism. Of course they do. I mean, as soon as their child says something about, I feel like a girl or I feel like a boy, and they are the opposite gender, these elites, they all say, oh, well, it's okay to explore that. The APA, now they're all on the side of this. It's amazing that they lean on science for so much when it comes to saving the quote-unquote Mother Earth and all of that, polar caps and all these kinds of things. But when it comes to something that is so rooted in basic biology, they get it all twisted. So this story goes on to say an increasing number of parents are allowing their children to choose an opposite sex identity, despite the difficult future impact on the children. Opponents of this transgender movement spotlight studies which show that 90% of young children who claim opposite sex preferences grow out of the phase and come through the turmoil of puberty without claiming they were born in the wrong body. Those kids include a significant number of people who turn out to be lesbian or gay. So basically, your little Sonny or little Johnny is saying, well, I think I'm a girl and so forth. But yet as they grow into puberty, then they come to accept their gender for what it is. And they become more comfortable in their masculinity or their femininity. That study right there, number one, supports that this is not something that quote unquote people are born into. Okay? I mean, kids start talking and saying silly things, and then they grow. I mean, my kid wants to be Batman all day. Does that mean I'm going to let him walk around with black tights and a cape on for the rest of his life? No. When he decides to try to jump off a building and realize that gravity is going to have its way, but I'm going to stop him before it gets to that point. That's how you protect your children. So anyway, check this out. The American College of Pediatricians reported that as many as 98% of gender-confused boys and 88% of gender-confused girls eventually accept their biological sex after naturally passing through puberty. The college added that conditioning children into believing that a lifetime of chemical and surgical impersonation of the opposite sex is normal and helpful is child abuse. This is absolute child abuse. For her to now start allowing this child to, now she's going to start indoctrinating and supporting and feeding into the lie that is in this child's head. And so she'll probably start dressing this child. She'll probably start inundating this child with things that are related more to girls than to boys. And again, it really breaks my heart, the fact, I mean, don't get me wrong, it wouldn't matter which kid it is, black, white, red, yellow, brown. But because I can identify it as being a young black boy at one point, it really hurts my heart now to hear, to see this. And in her hands, and from my perspective, it does lean towards child abuse, absolute child abuse, that you will allow this to happen and accept this from a 7-year-old, and you're realizing that at 3-year-old, making a statement like that, you are now claiming this child is transgender. This stuff is getting wild. These Hollywood elites, this is a horrible, calculated, demonic experiment that they are going that they are placing upon these children. And between the drag queen story hours and all of this that's being pushed on social media, TV, and everyone is now on that trans thing. I've been talking about this for a long time. It's not going to stop. It is not going to stop. And this is going to be the golden calf that everybody must bow down to. The LGBTQ calf. That if you don't bow down to it, you are going to suffer the consequences. So people, you better wake up. All right, so this is James from the I'm Free Project. Remember, Jesus Christ is Lord. Cling, hold fast to the word of God. All right, y'all take care. Peace.